The story of Jonah. Jonah! Jonah looked around but saw no one. Then he knew. The Lord God was calling him. Jonah, God said again, I want you to go to Nineveh. Nineveh, thought Jonah, not there. Anywhere but there. Jonah, you must warn the people of Nineveh. Tell them to stop being so bad or something really bad will happen to them. Jonah thought about that. I could go to Nineveh like God says. Or, on the other hand, Jonah reasoned, what if the people of Nineveh don't want to hear about God? What if they take it out on me? And even if they listen to me and change their ways, what good is that to me? To tell the truth, I'd like to see them get what's coming to them. So Jonah made the wrong choice. He decided not to obey God. Instead of heading for Nineveh, Jonah set off to the sea in the opposite direction. Jonah bought himself a ticket on a ship bound for Tarshish. He climbed aboard and watched as the sailors rowed the ship out to sea. Ah, this is more like it, Jonah said. This old ship is the perfect hiding place. Surely God can't find me here. I'll get as far away from Nineveh as I can. But Jonah was wrong. God blew a strong wind over the sea. The sails of the ship whipped and moaned. The boat creaked as it rocked in the water, tossed by the terrible storm. White-crested waves dashed against the ship. Water splashed over the sides. The sailors struggled as raging waters threatened to pull them all to the bottom of the sea. Jonah watched in silence as the desperate sailors shouted for help. They threw their baggage overboard to lighten the load and keep them from sinking. Do something, one of the sailors screamed at Jonah. We don't know who you are or where you come from, but if you have a God, pray. Ask him to save us. Beg your God for mercy. Jonah knew without a doubt that God had sent the storm because of him. God was speaking to him, not with words this time, but with a storm. This is all my fault, Jonah admitted. I worship the God who made the earth and sea. I'm on this ship because I'm running away from God. What should we do so your God will stop the storm? Asked the captain. Throw me overboard into the sea, declared Jonah. None of the sailors wanted to throw Jonah overboard. They tried harder to row to safety, but nothing helped. Finally, with a prayer to God to forgive them, they did what Jonah asked. 1, 2, 3. They flung Jonah into the sea, and the storm stopped. Well, this is the end of me, thought Jonah as he felt himself fall through the air to the sea below. Plop! Jonah hit the water. Glub, glub, down he sank. Just when Jonah could hold his breath no longer, he felt something swim up behind him. Suddenly he heard a gulp. He passed over teeth and tongue inside something very strange, but safe. Jonah realized with a start he had been swallowed by a huge fish. It was dark and smelly inside the big fish. For 3 days, Jonah sat and thought and thought and thought. Finally, Jonah understood how much trouble he had put himself through by disobeying God, and how much trouble God had gone through to take care of him. Jonah prayed, "Oh Lord, I was silly to try to hide from you. You are with me even in the deepest ocean. You sent this huge fish to save me because you love me. I love you too. From now on, I'll do whatever you say." What happened next made Jonah dizzy with laughter. Round and round the fish swam with Jonah in his belly. When the fish got close to shore, he opened his huge mouth and spit Jonah right out onto dry land. "I've got to be on my way," Jonah told the great fish. "You did your job. Now I must do mine." This time, Jonah took the right road, straight to Nineveh. When he got there, Jonah told the people everything God had said. The people in Nineveh felt sorry for being so mean and bad. They prayed to God and asked for help. They promised to be better and obey him. Because of the message Jonah brought to Nineveh, their whole city was saved. From then on, the people of Nineveh worshipped God, who had brought Jonah out of the fish's mouth to them.